Hey everybody, John Grimsmo here, back for another day. So last night we left the lathe running, set to make hundreds of parts. Actually, I set the counter. What are we at here? We made 580 parts. Dang, that's good. Except the guys told me that most of them are bad. The little 20 thou end mill that we use, this guy broke some point. Let's see. Visually, this guy said these ones are visually checked good, these are visually checked bad, and these ones have not been checked yet. So we made a lot of bad parts last night. We do have a little device, a checking device on this machine that these guys right here, it's called Detector. I think it's just called Detector. That it's like a little finger. It's a metal rod on an air cylinder that goes check, and if it touches the tool, it knows it's there. If it misses the tool, it knows it's broken, and it will stop the machine. I've mounted them. I bought them. I spent a lot of money on them. Just haven't tried them yet because the setup is tight, and I don't know. Just haven't tried it. We should probably try that. Otherwise, this guy replaced that tool, and we're gonna keep it going, make more parts, and then maybe we'll run this part hard, and then when we come back on Monday, today's Friday, then we'll switch to another part. But things are going good. It's raining. It was raining harder a minute ago. I thought I'd get it. But it's not raining in here. It's paradise in here. All right, so it's almost the end of the day already. However, check this out. Oh, these are our lapped handles. So good. Steven is crushing this lapping machine. I was thinking maybe next week sometime I'll get him to show what this is all about and how it works and stuff and why we do it. And he can explain that to us. Getting our Norseman made. Over here on the Kern side, my order of metal finally came in. They're all like chippy and gross right now. But these are going to be center pallets. And I'll explain that in a second. These are going to be blade top clamps and then I forget some other clampies. And then these are going to be the handle backside clamps that are going to hold the handles down from the rear, doing the backside machining. So let me explain. I haven't turned this thing on in a little while. So this hole right here where the epoxy is, that didn't really work, I'm going to mill down and thread some 4-hole positions and some locating pins, and then one of those big rectangle square pallets is going to attach here, which has our handle top sides screwed in from the back side of the fixture, and that'll make a lot more sense once I show it, once I do it. But now that I have the metal, it is definitely time to program all we got to do for it. Probably throw some dovetails on some of the pieces, get them spend the weekend. It's Friday today, so I'll get a lot of time at home, play with the kids, program some stuff, design some stuff, play with the kids, and get rocking on Monday. Well, hello. So over here, we've got our computer, our shop floor computer set up, and Angelo's been working on changing the way that we make the Saga pen. So, our Saga pen, normally we buy, so far, we've been buying tubing that has, you know, it's got a hole through the middle already and a turned outside diameter, or a ground outside diameter, whatever the thing is. But the quality of the material is the scratches on the outside, and it's not perfectly round, and it happens to be a different type of titanium than the rest of the parts that we make. So they anodize ever so slightly differently, and it's super annoying. So we're going to be changing that to solid round bar, the really nice centerless ground precision stuff that I'm buying for the Swiss lathe. because I bought a whole ton of 3/8 material for the Swiss, and it's got a beautiful outside surface. The trick is it's not tube, so we have to drill it out. So we're using this OSG, I think it's a 10 or possibly even a 15 times deep, so diameter times deep drill. This is a, what's it, 7mm? And it's through coolant, so it has two little holes right here. So the 300 PSI high pressure coolant will go through the drill and actually come out the tip here. Check this out. If you haven't seen this before, it's pretty wicked. So that's like direct delivery of the coolant right where you need it, right at the cutting flutes. So as this guy's spinning, it's got coolant right where it gets hot. And that's awesome. But it's a pretty deep drill for its diameter, and it's got a couple little tricks to it. So Angelo's been programming, we can actually see it on the computer right there, how we're gonna do that and change the process for the better. So next week we should be drilling our own tubes. We're gonna change the Nakamura over to do tubes from clips, and it'll be good. So next week I can show you guys that. So Angelo's getting the mill ready for the night run, every night, no matter what. But yeah, we were just talking about when we moved in and we started to plumb up the shop for water and air. I had this grand vision of autofill for the coolant on all the machines, running PEX lines to the machines, solenoids, ball valves, float valves, things like that. It's all very, very possible, and some of the bigger companies are doing that, either DIY or buying like a $100,000 system or something. I think we're finally going to start picking away at that, even if it's just setting our Mixitron unit against the wall, which I think it's over there. And to just start running some PEX line against the wall, and then even doing a garden hose reel, so you can reel to the machines, blast it in with pressure, just make it easier as opposed to like filling interim buckets and dragging them or like rolling them around or whatever. Always trying to find quicker and easier ways to do things that just make our life easier, so that we can use our brains to focus on more challenging tasks than just repeating the same grunt work all the time. Always trying to find better ways to do that. So no, things be good. Things be really good. So that was just showing our top secret method for pressing in the detent balls for our knives. That's these little black ball bearings that I showed in one of the last videos. Yeah, the detent is what keeps the knife in the closed position and gives you that little pop and keeps it shut, but allows it to flick out. So yeah, like 4 years ago, I developed a system for the Mori to actually have the machine measure, drill, press in the ball, probe it again, do math, and then finally press it in again the last time, so that it's literally within 2/10 every single time. And I track it because we probe it afterwards, and I know the surface thickness and I know the ball final press thickness, and I track it and I have it write it to a spreadsheet, and it knows that it's within 2/10 every single time, 2/10,000ths of an inch. And that system has been so utterly reliable that I've forgotten about it. That's how awesome it is. So now I got to re-implement that on the Kern. I don't think I really need to improve it. Maybe I can remove a couple steps because Kern, but I'm really looking forward to that. It's just, there's a lot going on. This thing's been running all day, all night yesterday, almost all week. This is from today. Doing good. We got our toothbrush there because they like to stick on the parts chute. And I bet you there's some, if I can see in here. Yeah, there's two stuck to the left and the right wall there. All the way back there. But it's such a light and thin part that sticks. It's going great though. Going so good. Doing part off right now. Be done in a second, few seconds. There we go. So Sky was telling me that we had about a 44% success rate last night. So what's that, 66% bad, but it could have been way worse because you never know when that tool is going to go. Let's see, production. So we've made 831 of these LBS screws, also accounting for the, whatever I just said, scrap rate. 66% of 500 is whatever. But we've made quite a few good ones. That's awesome. So it's Friday night. I'm not coming back on the weekend, I'm pretty sure. But I might run it out anyway. It's going really good. Let's see how long this 20,000 mil has got left on it. Tool 550. So it's made 251 screw heads. This is the 20,000 Torx cutting end mill. That's like teeny tiny. 251. In the past I've gotten about 400 to 800. So yeah, I'm gonna run this out for a while. Maybe I'll come back in the weekend and shut it off or something, but it's good. What's the cycle time? 78 seconds. Not too shabby considering there's some heavy milling. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a good week. It's been a really good week, actually. Very good. It's one of those weeks where I'm in business and in entrepreneurship. They say so much that don't work in your business, work on your business. And a lot of times, especially through quarantine, I was doing both, but especially on the videos, I was doing a lot of working in my business, which on the things that I'm really good at. This week, I've been working on my business. I feel like I haven't made much. I haven't turned the current on. I haven't done hardly anything in Fusion 360. I've been running the business. I've been growing and teaching Sky and having long, intricate conversations with almost everybody in the shop with strategy and theory and where we want to go and what we want to change and how we want to change the website and how we want to change our selling methods and how we want to grow for the future and yada yada yada. Like a lot of really good stuff coming your way. But it does leave me with that slight feeling of lack of like, man, I just want to make stuff. But that's what I have a team for now. This is what we're building. We're making stuff every day. And I get to make stuff. Next week, I think I'll be making stuff. I got that box of metal that I showed you, the orange tub. I get to make the clamps. And I have a sweet Fusion 360 tutorial, 5-axis CAD CAM tutorial video idea that I'm working on with my buddy Phil. I'm really looking forward to that. It'll be like just a 1-hour phone call, like screen share between the two of us, and we're gonna post that up. It's gonna be sweet because Phil is a superstar when it comes to 5-axis machining. I've got a lot of friends that are really good at it, but Phil agreed to do a video, so we're gonna do that. So hopefully I can get him on that because there's some stuff I just don't get yet. With tabbing and how to make the part not fly off and how to not make it chatter and all that stuff, and he knows that stuff. And then it's not just one question, it's like an actual conversation, it's a back and forth. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go home early today for a change and surprise my family. They're gonna be like, what are you doing home? I guarantee my 7-year-old son's gonna be like, whoa, you're home already? Be good. Yeah, so anyway, have an awesome weekend, guys, or you might be watching this after the weekend, but be awesome. Okay, bye-bye. today's vlog. Here you go.
Sweet. Thank you.